Part 2 of stripping the Mazda engine. Jack's struggling at life right now trying to get it out there. It is nice and warm today. Even though Jack has his hood up, Jack has a jumper on, I have a jumper on, but I've got shorts on, so I kind of make up for that. But it is finally a nice day. What do you mean you've ruined the floor?
Don't worry about it.
No, what do you mean? Jack! Engine, Mazda A, 3 MPS. This is from the Widebody Mazda. If you haven't seen part 1, go back and look at part 1. This has got water damage. You can see in the turbo there's crustiness. You can't really rotate it either. You can't spin it.
It's corroded
badly.
Stopped.
Yeah, it's literally. So if that's corroded, we're wondering what the inside's going to look like. So in this one, you're going to find out, you're going to see what it's like. We're not going to time lapse it or anything like that. We're going to just talk over anything that we find, just like our normal engine breakdown videos. So if you haven't already, make sure you are liking this video, make sure you are commenting down below, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure your bell icon is on. That made it wrong of you. Well, make sure your bell icon's on, because again, you'll see this fully restored, fully built up, and there's a big turbo going on it. Jack's going to get that now. Look at this. So this is going on. Wait, hang on. Go back there. Look at that, look. It's in the rusty auto side. But yeah, so that's going to go on there as well. It's going to be a bit different. Like I said, this car is going to get finished, forged, fully completed with you guys along for the journey. If you're wondering why he's took the engine for a walk, why have you took the engine for a walk, Jack?
Just take the engine outside for me, Jack, so I can get a thumbnail.
Huh? Is that the reason? Oh yeah, that is the reason why, isn't it? So, I'm surprised you got it back up though, to be fair, because look at this. It's cracking. It's a cracking day. Loom's already off. We do have to go through this loom as well, actually, because we think it's water damage. It was there's a lot of plugs and corrosion and such on that. So again, it's that's going to make things fail, sensors and such. So we've got to make sure it's all right. The throttle body is really bad inside there. So that's going to take a very long time to go through that.
This is broken.
What is broken? The engine mount.
You say the engine mount, but it's the timing chain case, I think.
It's part of it, isn't it? It's like one.
It is one.
Usually, like on cars, these are separate. Like on the Astras, they're separate. On the Corsas, they're all separate. But that, like Jack just said, part of the timing case. Lovely. Inlet side is off. It's a really, really weird design, isn't it, for these? Like usually, you just see nothing in there in the actual inlet ports, but here we've got some flaps. So they open when you're on boost, but what have we found out with that, Jack?
It's stuck.
Yes, it's stuck. So because of the water, there's like a rod that goes through each of these, look, and then the flap comes. You can turn it with some strength.
Right way though first.
With some strength. As I said, with some strength, but it's very, it shouldn't be like that. You should be able to move it a lot easier. So that's going to need sorting, stripping down, and see if we can actually unstick that, which that's going to be fun. Now the other thing as well is injectors. The injector rail, which is over yonder. Let's go. So the injectors usually would just leave these in, but all the seals are broken down inside, so that's no good. They've also swelled, haven't they, on the seals?
Yeah.
But again, this is what water does, and this is why it shouldn't be in an engine, because how is it supposed to function with all that water? Now, Jack's finding with every single plug as well, it's extremely difficult to get it off, isn't it?
Yes.
Because for some reason there's water everywhere. So it's a bit. You okay there?
Fucking gonna lose my shit.
I mean, it's not that bad though, is it? Like, it is. So far, it's quite simple. So we haven't got to the timing side. We haven't got to the timing side yet, but like the turbo side, there's not really much on it. But
that's for later.
it should be all right, to be honest. It should be all right. Like the timing side, we've got the locking kit as well to make sure that that all fits before we do strip that down. If that doesn't fit, it should fit. But if it doesn't fit, then we're going to have to just leave it there because we want to make sure we've got a kit that does fit it, so we can time it all up and everything properly when it comes to rebuilding it. Because that is a mistake a lot of people do. They just strip it down completely before they actually make sure they've got the right tools. So, we ain't about that life. No.
Give me a minute.
What? What's that for?
For me.
Is that stress relief?
Yeah.
Jack, is it that bad?
No.
Sometimes, alright. Gets a little bit emotional.
No, man.
You have to treat him really sensitively. Getting closer down to the short block now, so Jack's just taking the exhaust manifold off. The turbo is off. You can't really see much in it except what we've already saw. It's just crusty and nasty. So we're going to keep progressing. Get the rocker cover off so we can look at the cams after he's took all the ancillaries off. And see what damage that's done. And every single bolt is having to use a breaker bar because literally
13's too small, 14's too big.
Really?
Yeah.
Every single bolt is either absolutely tight or it just don't want to shift. Oh, I see what you mean. That's just going to slip in it.
Probably. Oh no.
Oh, no, it bit. Oh god.
What have you seen inside of it?
I've just seen inside of it. Oh my god. That is really bad. That's going to need like extra shit. Because that is just, I don't even know if, hang on, wait, Dara. Oh my god.
Oh, there's a puddle in there.
Oh, it just looks dark. So he's took the plugs out. Are these in order?
Yeah.
Right, so if we're looking at these, we've got cylinder 1 here plug. You can just see the gap there. Looks relatively normal. They're a little bit shitted up, which they're going to be because they've been in water. Cylinder 2, however, is extremely close there. You can see that. So that's either an indication that something's touched it and crushed it a little bit, because it is quite bent, or it's just excess water damage. But they're okay, aren't they? 3 and 4's okay, it's just that. That's the problem, it's touching the bottom section. Oh, I forget how far that pulls out.
I can't help it, I'm sorry.
Gonna turn the engine over, attempt, but we know this ain't gonna happen because it just wouldn't even start.
Nah.
Do that again? Oh, we got water. Right, let me hold this. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. So if you deal with engines or you're just interested in cars, you should know that that should spin pretty fucking easy, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Jack was obviously leaning down on that with his weight as well, and that wasn't shifting at all.
And I'm a heavy guy.
Me too. But I actually can't wait to see what's inside, because that's going to be very interesting. The rocker cover is off. Now, we've actually thought of a dilemma. Are we supposed to put the locking toolkit in when we can't turn the engine, Jack? But I think it is the right one, because that bit that you just had, where you put that, Oh, it's in the thing. Do you want to just demonstrate? So the cam actually sits further out here. And the locking kit is a plate that Jack's now got, and it sits further out. So this is what we was wondering.
Goes in the end of that cam.
Yeah, into that one, and then that obviously holds it in time. So that is right.
Got this. That's for the crank. It goes in there. That's
the crank. But again, we can't turn the engine over to get these lined up here, so they're straight and this one straight, to make sure that the timing's all right. They look the same at the top, but again, what else can we do? Like, we can't really do anything.
Just seen the push poke keeper. Put his head around corner.
You seen a what?
It's got a hair nest. Bird's nest.
Who
Look
has?
at it. That thing.
So the cams managed to spin, didn't they, freely?
Yeah.
So you managed to turn that round and check that the timing was okay, and the timing locking kit fit that, didn't you? So that was all right. Now the head is about to come off. Injectors are still in there, but this is what I was talking about here earlier. Some of the seals have broke and also corroded and just gone brittle. So you can see a little bit there of niceness. Head is coming off. Dun, dun. Oh my
shit.
God. Right, let's look at this head first. That's got some nice corrosion. We have to see what the valves are like as well, see whether they're actually just corroded shut or not.
One injector just fell out.
Good sign.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Contact.
Yeah, they will be. But inside here, it is grim. Look at that. Tasty. Lots of debris in there. It's just basically where it's gone rotten, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Nice. Got a puddle. So that's cylinder 2, isn't it? So that would possibly explain
Well,
why they.
I don't know how I'm going to get these pistons out, pal.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that because they're going to be like in there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Hopefully the block isn't fucked, because if the block's fucked, it's going to need a new one. But as well, you can't really see if there's any damage on the pistons, because that one's underwater and they're just that corroded, aren't they? So it's a mess. It is a mess. But the thing is, with it corroded, it's going to form a seal around the outside. So that's why this water's probably still there, because it's like waterproof in there now, isn't it? But that's again going to be a difficult thing for getting these pistons out. Was that full of water by any chance?
Yes.
Oh dear. So looking in here, they actually don't look as bad as I thought it would.
No.
To be honest, I'm guessing it's just the pistons are that seized in that block. That's what's preventing it from being turned over. But it don't look as bad as I thought it would. It really don't. The problem is though, it's like, what other damage has the water done?
I want to know what that is.
The pump don't look too nice, does it?
Oh, that will be a balance shot, won't it?
Yeah. Yes, it would. Weird design though for the crank caps, isn't it? It's like a cradle, but it's like really long. Oh. It's a weird design, isn't it, that?
Mm.
I mean, it can be rebuilt, can't it? But whether what's... No, but I mean, it can still be rebuilt. It just depends on whether a new block's needed. Either way, everything can be rebuilt. But with regards to the block, I think them pistons aren't going to come out very easy. But they might surprise you, because them injectors came out easy. Them injectors are fucked. Need some new injectors. But might just drop out. You're gonna have to twat them out, aren't you? This crank actually looks alright. It'll need a polish and a clean up. The head, again, looks salvageable as it is, but whether it is or not, that's a different story. So this is not the way you are supposed to take pistons out. However, Jack's really not got another choice because they will not come out. This is why the engine wouldn't turn over.
Do you want to put your hand under it so you don't drop in that oil?
I can do. Oh, I can feel all this shit going down. Moving. This is how much that them pistons are actually stuck in there. I got it.
Oh, that's bent. That's bent good.
That is bent, isn't it? Oh my god, it's bent both ways.
Fucking hell.
Wow.
Oh, they all are. 3's alright, 4's alright.
Look, it's bent that way. It's bent that way. Wow.
2, that rod's
Wow.
seized.
That water's done some right damage, hasn't it? So that would explain why they're also awkward to get out, but also the fact that, look at the sides of the piston. They're absolutely caped in shit.
I think that's going to, second one's going to be worse, I think.
Right.
Oh my god.
Literally, as it was whacking it, I could feel all the shit. In fact, you can see it there. I feel all that the shit from the water just landing on it. Are you using this cloth here?
Yeah. We really need to clean this floor off though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not normally like this though, is it? Let's be honest. Just, this is why we like to bring the engine into this section, because there's a bit more room than over there. And when it's like this, it's easier to clean up. Cylinder 2 is a little bit more worse, look. Again, it's bent both ways, not just one. And then you can see actually, while Jack's got it in his hand, and we're outside, come over this way a little bit, in the sun. There we go, so you can see all the shit that's in there where the rings are. So that's probably what's keeping it in place in the bore as well, which ain't going to do it any good, is it? It's not, no. All the pistons are now out after faffing about with that, but every single rod is bent. Obviously pistons 1 and 2 are, well, sorry, rods 1 and 2 are bent more than the rest, but the 3 and 4 are still bent. Jack's just taking the oil squirters out now, which is pretty much the last step, and the old bearings out the block. We'll take them out as well. But what he's going to do for us is flip it over so we can have a quick look at them bores. But we actually have a suspicion that it's going to need liners. Not just because of the fact that it's had a batter around in there, but the fact that he's gone for bigger power, hasn't he? He's going for bigger power. So this block will obviously get pressure tested and make sure it's all alright because of the state that the pistons and that was in anyway. But I think safest option, if he does want that power, is get it linered. And I'm pretty sure with these anyway, a lot of people recommend getting it linered, don't they? So who knows, maybe we'll do a fully closed deck block for Mazda 3 MPS at some point in the future. Hey Jack, we are going to do them for the 350, 100%, because I'm having one.
There's chunks of the liners missing.
There is chunks of the liners missing, isn't there? Yeah, you can see that's inevitable. That's not going to change. That's the only way you can really get the pistons out. On that note, I'm going to walk this way before I slide. Clean everything up in here and make sure nobody slips and we don't slip and all that. But make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Get ready for the next one because we're going to go into some more detail. We're going to take all this to machine shop, see what they reckon as well. But we're pretty sure that that's going to need some liners. So let's get the ball rolling on this. Let's get it all back together and let's restore this Max Power Widebody Mazda 3 MPS.